Our next story comes from Am I Wrong? And is titled, Am I Wrong for Considering Leaving My Emotionally Distant Wife? Okay, here we go. My wife, 30 female, and I, 32 male, have been married for 6 years. We have 2 kids aged 1 and 3. She's a stay-at-home mom and I work a regular 9-to-5 job Monday through Friday. We take turns looking after the kids when I get home on the weekends. She does most of the household chores, but we do split the cooking. I appreciate all she's done for the kids and for the house. However, over the past year, since we had our second kid, she has become emotionally distant, and I find it hard to strike meaningful conversations with her. Our sex life is great, but apart from that, she seems to not want to put in the mental effort to have conversations. It's all really bland, and our whole life has become really monotonous. I fell in love with her because we used to have such great conversations and joke around and emotionally meshed really well together. Now it just isn't the case anymore. She doesn't want to have fun. She doesn't even want to have fun, like go on dates or have movie nights. She does enjoy sex, but that's about it. She doesn't even hang out with any of her friends and just has a sad demeanor around her. She's just stuck in the house all day. I do not enjoy living with her anymore. I fell in love with her personality and her joyful energy, and this is no longer the person who I fell in love with. I've been hanging out with my sister, 29 female, more frequently over the last few months. My wife doesn't even care who I hang out with or if I'm home late. It's like she's given up on the relationship altogether. Hanging out with my sister has been such a mental relief for me, as I have someone else I can talk to and have meaningful conversations with. Someone I can talk to about life. We hang out a couple days a week, and it's the part of the week I look forward to most. Not your kids, not your family. We plan out picnics, movie nights, dinners, brunches. My sister told me I should consider divorcing my wife because she isn't meeting my emotional needs, and I agree. I appreciate my wife for taking care of the house and the kids. If we do proceed with the divorce, I'm fine with the house going to my wife. I would just move in with my sister temporarily till I find a new house. I do still plan on being actively involved in my kids' lives, as they are the 2 people I love most in the world. Gonna call bullshit on you right now, sir. I am probably going to proceed with the divorce, but a part of me cannot just forget the years we've been together. It makes me sad that it's come to this stage. This will come as a massive shock to my wife if I bring the divorce topic up. A small part of me thinks I am wrong for doing this and a massive astronaut, but have I been left with any choice? We have an update, but we got to talk about this before we get into the update, because this is boop and boop and boop. And we're going to go here too. 2 kids, 3 and 1. He said for the past year. You mean since she had the last kid? Postpartum's a thing, bro. Also, raising small kids is tough as F. And I call bullshit on him being involved at home and taking care of the kids. Because if he was, he would know what it's like to be mentally fried from taking care of small kids. The fact that he is thinking about divorce because she's not stimulating his mind enough. If this guy could experience what his wife is experiencing in her mind right now for like 5 minutes, he would feel like the biggest tool bag on the planet, because he has no idea what she is dealing with. And all he can think about is himself. All he can think about is what she's doing for him. And it's just the conversation part of it. It's just, dude, you know why she's not like ready for an intelligent adult conversation? It's because she's been watching Coco Melon all day. Have you watched Coco Melon? It will drive you insane. And you're going to be speaking in baby talk for a month. Sorry, she's not ready to have a conversation about what happened on CNN today when you get home. She's trying to find her soul because it's temporarily left her body. Sorry, she's not fulfilling you. Fist shields. She's servicing him sexually whilst burnt TF out. Yeah, that is confusing part, right? That is confusing, but it gives him even less to bitch about. Yeah. Are you just looking for things at this point? My God. Okay. We have an update. Let's get into the update. This guy, Francis, yes, being a stay-at-home mom of a toddler myself, you lose all sense of identity, hobbies, and time for yourself. You never discover or realize how selfish of a person you are until you have kids. You discover all the things that you're missing out on. You discover, like, you just feel like there is a phase here. You feel like a shell of yourself because you're just there to service another human being, right? You're just there to serve. You slowly start gaining those things back, but it's work. It's work. And that's how I know he's not involved at home, because he understands none of it. Even if he spends a little bit of time with them at home, it's not the same. It's not the same. I guess, when you have kids, you also discover how selfish your partner is, because they go through they discover this thing here too. This is what he's discovering. She is discovering that this is the selfish part of him. Like, even though she's trying hard as hell and still doing everything that she's doing, he still has this one thing. It's like, yeah, but our conversation is it's not really up to par. Sorry, dude. Allison Robinson, has he asked her if she is okay? Doesn't sound like it. Wouldn't that be the first thing you would want to do? Be like, man, it seems like something's off, something's wrong. How can I help her? No, that's not the conversation at all. That's not the conversation, is it? How can I help her become the person that she was, that I fell in love with? How can I help her feel better? How can I help her rediscover herself? No, it is, I think I'm going to divorce her because she's not stimulating me conversationally. Update 2 days later. I have messed everything up and I'm at a crossroads now, and I really need some advice on how to proceed. Boy, didn't see this coming at all, huh? I do not know much about depression and did not consider the possibility that my wife was depressed. You don't say. My wife is really sensitive, and I wanted to breach this topic as gently as possible last night. When my wife was done putting our 3-year-old to sleep, I asked her if she could come over to the couch and I'd give her a leg massage. She said she was extremely tired and wanted to go to sleep, so I asked her if I could just give her the massage in bed while she's sleeping. She really liked that suggestion and thanked me. While I was giving her the massage, I thanked her again for all she's doing for the kids. I told her I could not be more grateful to have her as a wife and as a mother to our kids. She got a bit more emotional and thanked me too for working hard at my job and providing for the family. I then asked her if there's a reason she stopped hanging out with her friends and I could stay at the house and take care of the kids if she wanted to go out for a bit. She said the kids are her primary priority and that she doesn't have the energy for any social interactions. I told her I'm a bit burnt out too, and suggested that we go to couples therapy together, where we could just talk about our life with a professional. She surprisingly seemed open to the suggestion, and I was really happy about it. However, here's where I messed up a lot. I still had some thoughts about separation and divorce, so I just told her that I don't think I'm the best husband for her. This surprised her a lot, and I could notice her immediate shift in reaction. She told me I'm the best husband she could ever hope for. She then got up to kiss me, but I was a bit messed up mentally, so I just moved away from the kiss and rejected her. I've never done this with her ever. She was extremely hurt. I could see it in her face, and this hurt me even more. She then asked if there's anything she needed to do to be a better wife. Oh my God. I really shouldn't have said what I said next. I asked her if she could be more happy and have a positive energy around her, and if we could have more engaging conversations. She then started crying a bit and started apologizing a lot and said she'll try to put on more of a happy face from now on. I felt like an absolute monster when I saw her crying then, and I told her there was no reason to apologize, and it hurts me to see her like this. I then asked if we could bring my sister around the house more often so she could transmit her positive energy to my wife. Looking back, that was probably the worst thing I could have said, and I'm still regretting saying that. She then excused herself to go to the restroom, and when she came back, I could see that she had probably cried a lot in the restroom. I kept apologizing for what I said, but she said there was no need to apologize and she would try and be a better wife from now on. Come morning, she has been having a positive attitude, but it looks forced, especially when she's smiling. Dude, can you imagine this lady just forcing a smile at this point? She's like, she's got the Chandler Bing smile going on. Like, what? I eavesdropped on her when she went to the restroom earlier today and I could hear some sobbing. I really want to undo what I have done because it pains me to see her like this. I don't want to see her crying. We've been married for 6 years, but we've been together for more than a decade. We are each other's first and only love. I really don't want to see her like this. It's never been like this. I'm at my sister's now and gave her the lowdown on what happened. She told me I should still divorce her because what my wife is experiencing can impact my mental health too. And that could affect my work because I really need to go to work on a positive frame of mind and my work requires a lot of mental energy. I usually go to my sister for these big life decisions because I know she always wants the best for me. Dude, does she really? Also, let's talk about where your sister is in life because we know jack shit about her right now, but you're letting her create the playbook for your life. Is she happily married? Does she have a family? Does she have kids? Does she know jack shit about postpartum? Does she know anything about anything? Also, getting a bit of a Lannister vibe here. However, I am still conflicted because my wife supported me through my worst phases. When I fractured my leg a few years ago and was in a really bad mood for months, she was the one who stuck by me and was the light of my life when it felt like everything was crashing down. She supported me when I was doing my post-grad and got my master's. I can honestly say I wouldn't have gotten my master's degree without her support. There are numerous other examples where she's always been by my side and supported me. We are husband and wife. We're supposed to stick with each other for better or for worse in sickness and in health. We took those vows. I don't want to desert her or leave her when I think about the countless instances she's always been by my side. Again, this guy keeps going back to what she's done for me. Yeah. What's the benefit to me? What has been the benefit to me, and what is the benefit to me now and moving forward? However, what my sister has said is also sticking on my mind, because when I come home from work, I really want a positive home atmosphere, and I can then perform better at work. However, at home, I'm getting a depressive atmosphere. And even though my wife has been putting on a positive attitude this morning, I know she's faking it, and it makes me feel worse. I want my wife to be genuinely happy and fun so she can better experience life. I really don't know what to do anymore. If we do separate, I will support my wife to the fullest financially. I think that's all you're doing right now, sir. You want a positive environment when you come home, but the only solution you've come up with to this point is to leave her or bitch about it. How about we work on actually doing something about this thing that's bothering you instead of just bitching about it and talking about leaving her? How about you actually put some effort into making it positive or fun at home and see what happens? How about you commit to doing this long term? A weight you already did. Now you just have to follow through. I have never seen such a hardcore case of the memes. This guy only gives a shit about himself. He's like, I feel bad now because she's done so much for me. Kids aren't mentioned in any of this, remember, except for in the very beginning. He's like, I'll still be involved with the kids no matter what because they're the people I love most of my life. Never mentions them again. I know he's got a 3 and a 1-year-old, so he should have this figured out by now, but maybe it's the multiple kid thing. He's got to figure out and realize how selfish he's being right now. He's got to realize how selfish she's being right now. Here we go. Candy Thunder's thoughts. She left some notes that I want to read in here. Her thoughts here on this are, when the tough gets going, this guy really gets going. Like gone. Life is not always beautiful. Sometimes it's just plain hard. This is the hard part. Raising toddlers is no joke. This isn't a time to whine because your wife isn't entertaining you. This is the time to be a grown-up and understand what your partner is going through. Take a week off, let your wife go out of town, and you take over with the kids for an entire week and tell me you are the best and tell me you are not exhausted and overwhelmed. Then decide if divorce is still the best option. You grade A, ask on one brozo. Can't wait till you see how hard it is to be a single parent. Hopefully your sister is there to pick up the pieces she helped break. Yeah, it is work. A family is work. And if there's something that you're not happy with, you have to be the first one to do something about it. Bitching about it is not doing something about it. Putting your happiness, putting the weight of your happiness on someone else is not the solution here. If you think that your wife may feel completely overworked right now, why the hell would you also then say, but here's what you could do to be a better wife for me? I really need to be in just like a positive mindset when I get to work. And here's how you can make that happen by changing things at home. This poor gal. Yes, and the whole sister thing is not healthy. It's not healthy. She does not want what's best for him. She doesn't know. She doesn't know. I don't. Why he's giving his sister the keys to his future, I do not understand. She's 29, says nothing about her being married or having kids or anything. Why? She's hearing him be unhappy, and she's like, well, yeah, this might make you happy. Makes sense to me, but yeah, we gave him Brozo, we gave him Ask on One. He also is getting this. Even this, I feel bad now, is forced and fake. He still has himself as his top priority. And yeah, whenever you have kids, learning that you have to fill up your own cup, learning that you have to do some things for you as part of the process of finding yourself again, it doesn't start like that. You don't get to stay number one all the time, or maybe you are, but the kids and your spouse get to that same plateau with you. You do have to take care of yourself to be the kind of person that you want to be for your family, not to the detriment of your family. He He is willing to sacrifice his wife's soul for intelligent conversation. You do not deserve this family, man. You don't. So treasure it. And if there's something you don't like, put in the work to turn it around. Don't put that weight on someone else. Don't put the work on someone else. If there's something you're not happy with, step in and change it. And for him, apparently that means, divorcing her, which if he listens to sister, who might selfishly want him to be single so that they can live together. She may have some ulterior motive here. Absolutely could. It's ridiculous,